I sure hope that was on fucking stream. That was so good. Is
Dakota, you
Samwise...
scrambly one.
Scrambly one.
Anyways,
Oh, not an acrobatics character.
Anyways, I still blessed.
It's so fucking funny.
That is my IRL build. I mean, I don't do that much acrobatics, but I sure can attempt.
That's why you play.
Exactly.
That's why I play acro.
High dex, no proficiency in acrobatics.
Well,
Where's my sheets?
goodness, your sheet has disappeared somewhere in the middle. This is it. Kit Kat.
That's Kit Kat.
Thinking about what it is.
I'll take
The
it.
kid is the cat.
The kid is Kit Katist. I made everyone minis. That
And
top
cherry.
falls. I should have said that before I handed it to you.
Fine.
This part is more recognizable as a honeypot anyway.
Wait, who are the rest of the minis?
Who made the rest of them?
No, I mean,
They're so good.
You said you made everybody minis. Where are the
I
rest
did.
of them?
I made you, yes. Unfortunately, warheads don't come very often, so I made you into like a little lollipop thing.
Oh, yeah.
An orange, a cherry, literally Kit Kats,
Oh,
and a
My
honey
dick
pot.
is huge.
It's pretty big.
It's pretty big.
Mine
Damn.
slopes upwards.
It's and you folks said that you would come by and paint minis, so this is a great opportunity and start to paint your own
Oh my
a
god.
placeholder.
A placeholder till we have.
Oh,
Did you
yes.
find it?
Until we have
It
rainbows,
has
yes.
immediately disappeared into the ether.
Do you,
Forever.
Samwise, do you know that you would make 3D models?
Oh, what? Oh,
Like
so
Heroes Forge
Yes.
is a great website that
Mhm.
offers full you can create your own mini and
Mhm.
you can either have
We're
them
not sponsored, by the way.
No,
not
we're not
sponsored, it's
sponsored,
just the thing.
but like you can either have them
Website.
yeah, it's a website. You can build your mini digitally on there, and they can either print it for you in a variety of different materials. So you can kind of do very cheap, normal 3D print to like cast in bronze
Mhm.
level.
That's
Or you could just download the file
Yes,
and then send it over to this
Send it to
one.
me. Yeah. Do you have a subscription to it yet?
I don't have a subscription, but it would be worth it, and honestly, a great present for everybody.
I am planning. I looked at it last night. It's like $15.99, and you get 5 free downloads every month. And I was like,
That
the
is
first month is already covered with $15. Break that down. Yeah, that's probably worth it. Worth of to just build out the little people.
If you make a login with that, we can take
I'll
turns
share
all.
Yes,
Just
absolutely.
all design back to the show.
I'll get it.
Character.
And then you have a little memento for your time.
Yes.
Yes. Speaking of mementos, I printed these out for everyone.
Oh,
Is this the scroll?
And this is what Quilliam has been unfurling time and time again.
William?
His
My
little
owl.
owl. That is the official summons from Queen Saccharina Frostwhip of the House Rock, first of her name. Former Witch Queen of the Dairy Sea, current ruler of Candia, former enemy of the faith. There's an insane amount of titles that she has down there at the bottom, and she put all of them.
Yeah.
We'll go over the summary in just a few moments, folks. If there's anyone watching, we love you. Good to see you.
I did a really good job making a fake of this.
You did a great job. Speaking of which, you probably didn't have to make a fake because Rasher probably just made one or found one for you. Speaking of which, this page, this is your friend that we discussed last night. And those are little bits of info that they have sent to you about what you're doing right now.
Okay.
Each one of those is sort of a bullet point. You don't have to memorize it, but you will be keeping that with you. I'll be keeping it with the character sheet, so you'll always be able to reference what Rasher had said.
What a cat.
I called you. You cannot run from me.
This is with love. Wouldn't imagine.
That's so many titles.
God, so many fucking titles. That was not me coming up with it. I just ripped that from the wiki directly.
Jesus.
Fantastic.
Just copy pasted from the wiki all of her names.
Too many names.
Too many names.
Isn't that cute? Speaking of which, hello, howdy everyone. Welcome
Hi.
to Sugar Spice Everything Dice, a crown. Candy?
No.
No.
No?
Game of Clones.
Ah, see? This is why I have you folks. You're so much smarter than me. Game of Cones is our third official session. We have a pre-session. That doesn't matter. And brunch was wonderful as always.
Ah.
Thank you, Sam
Thank you,
Wise.
Samwise.
It was
Thank
French
you,
toast.
Me. Thank you, Oshi, for prepping what I had made. You are absolutely welcome. And now that we are high on the hog from Snackos and we have a cat scratching in the background, I do have an omnidirectional microphone going, so we are getting those scratches.
Okay.
Sweet.
Perfect. Excellent.
It is going in all directions, at least we hope so. Let's go over like what happened last week. So what you've all have just received was what started the campaign. It was the summons from Queen Saccharina Frostwhip, calling every house to send their most esteemed representative to go on an expedition into the newly developed land in Western Candia that appeared out of nowhere on the wish of Lord Liam Wilhelmina, now Lord Consort of the Dairy Isles. Spoiler alert for anyone who's not made it to the end of A Crown of Candy. So y'all went on the expedition with Sir Limey, Sir Razzleberry, which are two gummy bear knights, the Knights of North Gambia, and a smattering of Tartguard. You've headed out to the west, where it has become more and more tundra-esque. Kit Kat did some exploring and writing. Tox may have fallen off of their Meep and was catched by Sir Razzleberry. And so last session, you were... Oh my goodness. This is the
Sounds
safe.
right.
This is safe.
I couldn't keep my fingers out of the honey pot. I'm sorry.
God, the jokes continue. Last week, y'all ran into a tiny, tiny banana.
Filled with treachery and spears.
And several banana guard knights, several banana people came running down the mountainside, and y'all had a little...
We were assaulted.
Had a full-scale war with them for a few minutes before they realized that you were not their enemy. You ended the fighting, and at that exact juncture,
Thanks to.
Shame upon the lot of you.
yes,
They only stopped you because it was thanks
they
to our.
did. Tangerine
They've got
called out their house name in Fructera, which is the language they speak.
realizing they were about to stab their own nobility.
You.
Yes.
Oh right. We're not supposed to do that.
Oh.
I believe we stopped the last time on. Let me explain.
Yes, the banana knight got off of their banana horse and kneeled
Out of the
Benorse.
banana
The Benorse.
high horse.
Benorse.
off of their high banana
The
horse.
knights on their Benorses.
Benorses. Oh, that's so good. I like that. And was aiming to explain why they had attacked y'all. I've done a lot of talking. Is there any questions before I just keep talking?
Should we do introductions of characters?
Yeah, let's do a re-intro of everyone's characters! Who wants to go first? It's not me.
All right, I guess I talked first. Shit, my goddamn mistake.
Ding-a-ling.
I'm playing Jacoby Honeyglow, priest of the Bulbian Church. Definitely a cleric. A honey person, made out of honey and goo, and has this sort of like weird beekeeper-esque hat and a giant honey staff with like a little beehive sort of thing at the top of it, and is here to represent the interests of the church in this new land officially. They were also looking for other things, but that's besides the point entirely. And also to make sure that everyone comes back alive, ideally.
Good goals.
That is an idea. That is a
Yeah.
good idea to start with. To be 1000% sure.
All right. Am I next?
You may be next.
All right. I am playing Kit Kat, the Cavalrying Cavalier, who is part of the Royal Explorers Guild, representing the guild as an entirety for this expedition into the new lands of Candia.
The lollipop guild.
The Lollipop
Lollipop
Guild.
Guild.
The Lollipop Guild. Do you know?
I'm interested.
So I am having a delightful time finally seeing new lands, new faces, anything to put into my journal entries of data to bring back for the guild. And huge nerd, but also wants to be suave all the time. So there's that balance. Kit Kat is a giant nerd.
Not literally, but you.
No, he's actually 5 foot.
Oh my goodness, Kit Kat is a little on the short side. I love that
Short
part.
king.
Short
Short
Kings,
Kings.
Short Kings unite. You may go on. Who's
I'm
next?
playing a Kavanaugh Gaudivian, a very cordial, cherry cordial, a low-ranking clergy member, but a high-ranking diplomat of the Gaudivian family in the borderlands between Fructera and the Candy. Well, what is that area? Like right next to it is. What's it known for?
It used to be known as the West Cake.
The West Cake. All right.
Yes.
So from the West Cake, I'm definitely not a rogue with ulterior motives and a lot of masquerading abilities. Definitely not at all.
That would be
There's
so-
no proof in the slightest.
He's so sad.
Oh yes, Kit Kat is a rogue. Definitely a rogue, for sure. I like that we're all a little suspicious of what the fuck are we?
Yeah, we're all.
It's very unclear the difference between player knowledge and character knowledge. That
Alright.
disconnect is very clear. You're up next.
Oh boy. I guess my name is Tox, and I am a PI sort of masquerading as a what are those people from OSHA?
Health inspector.
Safe inspector.
Like a
Safety
safety inspector.
Safety.
I was not technically invited or supposed to be here, but
You're here.
here I
Here
am.
we are.
And for some crazy reason, nobody knows that but me. Even though I've done a really, I feel like, poor job at.
We're too busy covering our own butts.
That's
Too busy covering your own butts and be like, all right, listen.
Don't
Why are you
suspect
so
me, right?
suspicious?
Don't suspect me. Don't suspect
And I'm a ranger
The only
because we had a lot of rogues.
Just
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a
Slimy leans on you.
a warhead, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like the little blackberry,
Sorry.
black cherry flavored ones with the
Dusty.
with the dusty powdery
Citrus
exterior that I just kind of get on everything.
Delicious.
Otherwise, very like organized chaos, I suppose, is my entire character.
All right.
Yeah.
Pack extra gloves for dealing with.
Just for you. Alright. I am Tangeline Marmalade,
Yes.
Let's Lady of House Citrone, born Fructera. I'm a bard. Former consort of Ruby Rocks, and now joining this expedition. Yeah. All right.
A distinctly not suspicious character archetype. How suspicious?
You're not up to anything.
Me?
What are you up to?
There's literally only one person in the group who's not up to something or hiding something.
Technically, I'm not.
Technically.
I'm perfectly honest.
It's just suspiciously honest. It's
Right.
like way too much of a cupcake.
Suspicious.
Like too nice. That's clearly not. That's clearly a farce, isn't it?
Nope.
Except it is not. That is actually Kit Kat cadaver.
The
Cadaver.
cadavering
I'm
jacket. There's a
I
fine
am-
count
I am
now.
dead.
We've dropped
Stab.
some bananas.
You have injured at least the Banan-knight and two of the banana go.
Where's Baby Banana? Baby Banana needs to be on the board. It was way up on this cliffside throwing tiny
doesn't even
spears.
Who
stand.
brought
Yeah,
that
you
child
stand
into battle? Who is responsible for this micro plantain?
Those Fructerans can be barbarians at
He can't
times.
even walk.
He can't even stand up. I have to glue him to a base. He's
I
too
don't even
small.
know how age works if you're a banana, but I'm certain you're not old
You're
enough
not
for
old
this.
enough.
You're too green.
All right.
Alright, you can give us his info or what?
Fuck yeah! I'm so ready for this. What do you ask? I'm so ready.
Lord Banana, I believe I speak for everyone when I ask the hell.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I was bitterly about to tell you that. I'm sorry, I forgot it's been a whole week. We've been stacking here for a week and it's very cold.
Holding.
I can explain.
Later. He just looked pensively off into the sunset for about 1 week. And was like, all right, I've come up with my story.
Your story better be good. It will be judged by the high bulb above.
May it be so.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't try you for treason.
It rhymes. That means it's going to carry on into law. That's how laws work.
That is how laws work.
Precisely.
Over here, chain smoking candy cigarettes.
May I start with my deepest apologies and a peace offering. We have 2 Candico left that we would give to you as an offering if you would have it.
It would make up for the spear that was hurled through my chest. I would appreciate that greatly.
Regrettably so. The glaive banana gives. Who is going to receive it?
I was the one who got stabbed.
Yeah,
I'm
for
going to-
sure.
What is it?
Lean
The
over
glaive
to you,
banana
Bobby.
gives you the 2 mason jars
Of
of
potions.
red. Yes.
And
Technically, I gave it from my personal
Yeah,
stash.
that's
so-
actually like Jacoby's gonna hand one to ACoC just so it's like equally distributed. I will say, like after drinking the red concoction, they are like slightly orange now.
Oh,
Like there's like a
yeah.
bit of red that you can see. They're
Biscuits.
translucent, freaky looking kind of honey claret.
Biscuits.
Biscuits.
That I have.
So I would say, at least
We used 1 or 2 last session?
One.
We used 1
Right
on.
here.
One, and then I healed that one. with-
That's where the other healing came from. Was healing word.
So I should put it
Let
on
it
that.
put a part of
I
pencil.
would say
Yes, there's plenty of pencils.
Talk
for
about
me
lunch.
Paul, who does not use pencils.
Unfortunately.
Jacoby,
Not
old
yet.
friend,
She's relocated.
Yes.
are you well versed in
Don't know.
clerical arts of detection of poison?
Well, I can certainly give it a try. What is meat? What are you suspecting?
I would never cast suspicion on potions handed to us by an enemy that realizes they cannot overcome us by martial means. That would be uncharitable.
I see. Going to taste them both and see if they're legit.
Or put them directly into your mouth. That's fine too.
Roll 2 Constitution saves.
Jesus Christ. What is that?
17. We have that little thing down there. If we could bring that.
I can't reach
No,
that.
a glass one is probably better for this corner of the table.
Ooh, that's
This
pretty.
cute little space. And then that one.
I was gonna say like try to medicine check, just like dip a
Right.
pinky in there and like no.
Right into the mouth, huh? That's yeah, you definitely are a friend of Kavanaugh. Very trusting. Friend of Kavanaugh.
I like that it's a third person friend of Kavanaugh, which is you.
That's me.
That is me. You are my friend. Very sure. Yes.
All my friends are very trusting.
It's very sweet. It's exactly as advertised.
Advertised.
medicine check or anything?
How is that not
You
one?
sure
then?
can.
All
You want to roll a
right.
medicine check? Yeah. Constitution, you pass both constitutions.
Definitely.
We're in that one.
It's
Pass
just grape
to-
juice.
Also,
Just-
that
That's
is
grape juice.
total of 12 medicine check to see what the fuck.
If
I
you have
just
a
drank.
-5 to your medicine, that's a 17 on the
No,
die.
plus 5.
Then why'd
So you're like a 20 something.
Yes, 22.
Oh, 22. I thought you said
Okay,
12.
I heard that.
I was like,
Yeah.
why?
Oh.
Why did you go
Sorry,
down
I
so much?
missed.
You ever get so good at medicine, you become bad at medicine.
Listen, I'm analyzing the ions at this point. You're like, probably don't.
Probably don't.
Probably just
22 is what I meant to say.
This is authentically exactly sold to them by the same person who sold it to you, which was
Same
the
charts.
was the little Twizzler fella in the
The
reconnaissance
exact
town.
same guy.
It has got the same label, sort of haphazardly slapped on.
Oh, you recognize the handwriting.
Sir scribbled it out.
Same
In
bad.
retrospect,
Exact
you really
one.
should have grilled that guy for who's over here and how many potions. He's making a mint. I've got to get in. I've got to ask
legit,
him.
I say in court,
Taxes.
closing the back end.
What am I doing working for OSHA?
Right?
That is that.
Gonna hand the other
Or would it be
pre-approved health
Sucrosha or
potion
something?
to Tops.
Sucrosha.
Sucrosha.
The OSHA of Sucrosha.
Crocia.
That lends a lot of weight to the seriousness of your title now. People take you very seriously.
Shit. Oh shit, there was Sucrosha. Damn, we're not up to code.
Definitely not. There's no handrails on this mountain.
Well, trust me, I'm writing it down.
All right, so
These
I'm
items
guessing-
will be
Oh,
fine.
that's
You are
a
up to full health now?
suggestion.
Yes.
We're still going to need an explanation for you.
Understood. We were a much larger troop sent by the Emperor. I'm blanking. Give me a moment.
I did hit you in the head for that.
He's got a bruise, a brown spot on the corner
a
of
little
his
bit of
head.
A very dent.
A ding.
Could have been anyone.
We were sent by the Emperor to be reinforcements on the Candian efforts on the mountain here.
So you are who we were supposed to meet up with.
I would say that is partially true, and I will tell you the full truth of it so that you do not think that I am so suspicious.
a very suspicious thing to say.
I know that it is rather suspicious that we have waylaid you in such a way, but we ourselves have been attacked numerous times. Our numbers have gone from 16 men-at-arms to now 6. I do not know what to say. I know that they are Candian.
Candy.
The attackers that
They
have
must
taken
be
your men.
the attackers who
They
have slain
must
our
be.
men.
You do not see it as commander.
I do not want to pass race upon them, but they are all chocolate.
Says Kit Kat. Chocolate. Well,
I speak Candian passively, and they do not speak back. They speak only with arms.
Describe these arms they carry.
Primitive, clubs, bows.
But why would we be attacking their own forces?
My theory. In the Coco Tundra, I spoke of this. What if an entity fully fledged and intelligent were to also be created along these thriving ecosystems? They have no manufactured weapons. What if they were winked into existence?
a new culture along with the wish.
New inhabitants?
It is possible.
we'll get to the how, my darling. But the fact that there might be new Candian races. However, now this became a cultural diplomatic journey, not just exploration, which now I'm even more grateful we have members of diplomatic backgrounds.
So perhaps they don't know where they came from, and they are perceiving the exposition as
alien forces suddenly invading. They do not speak the same language. They are afraid.
With this in mind, I would alert all troops to stop attacking, for these are not enemies, but potential new allies, potential new inhabitants of Candia, and therefore all of Candia.
I mean, if somebody's attacking me, I'm probably gonna attack them back.
And from the loss of our banana friends, they seem to be good at it. They are Candian after all.
There's like a little sparkle in Jacoby's eyes as we need to find them. We need to see where they are and set up some means of communication.
do they not speak Candian, they think?
They do not. Or they do not communicate back.
Do you know, are there any common areas where you tend to get attacked? Seem to get attacked?
Yes, their territories.
Their territory is hard to determine, as it seems to be everywhere.
That would make sense.
Nomadic types.
Then perhaps, was there a space you were attacked that we could track them back? We brought 2 woodsmen of its sort.
I believe I could do a bit of tracking, especially if we know. I mean, chocolate is a very easy scent to detect, but we are in the cocoa tundra, so it's not the easiest by scent alone. Cats are known for their hunting.
It would be an honor to escort you, though remiss I am to put you as a whole in further danger.
Perhaps we should meet up with the forces that we're supposed to rendezvous with at the top of this mountain and go from there, so that we can at least make certain that they have not befallen the same fate as our new banana guard allies.
Yes. They do not have manufactured weapons. They are completely siege. Walls.
All right.
And with that, what direction do we head? Do we head to the last point of contact with these
I would say
locals, or are we headed towards a rendezvous with the Candian forces, the other knights of Gumbar that should be up here?
I would say first it's smarter to meet at the rendezvous, update them of our theories, of our discoveries, and
Warnings, perhaps.
warnings.
We should absolutely find resonance.
And when we have more of a complete party, to then go about a more hostile expedition with the intent to find some sort of diplomacy. That would be my suggestion.
I count this as fair.
Yes. Let's run
Yeah.
rendezvous with the Knights of North Gambia, and
Yes.
we'll figure it out from there.
And where's the baby banana?
The baby banana scales down the mountain and climbs onto the horse. It is hilariously disproportionate.
Whose child is that?
It's not a child, he's just very small.
Somehow that is
Oh, wait, no,
worse.
he's on the horse, right?
Yes, he gets on the back of the horse. The horse. Not horse.
They see that.
The horse.
Little tiny.
As
tiny
does
little-
this banana knight get on their own horse. And honestly, it's kind of cute. This tiny banana is in like a backpack on this regular size armored banana person's back. A banabi.
Banana knights. Banana horse.
But maybe. When you explained the Candian, the new, what I just pictured a Macy, it's like popping into it.
Existence is pain. Why am I alive?
That is
I
why
have a
they're so
t-shirt
hostile.
that has
Right.
like 6 on it that says existence is pain.
Oh my goodness.
That's why they're so hostile. They never asked for this.
They never asked to
Just
be
suddenly.
Every day I
They're
wake
not
up.
even fully formed yet, they're just grown adults. No.
Well, how do I make sound? I'm making sound. How do I stop making sound? The actual meats.
Actual meats.
All right,
That being
so
said,
Chairs on
yeah, how far is the
we
rendezvous?
move to the rendezvous. Well, we head to the
Oh,
rendezvous point. Yeah, no, the
It's not
rendezvous
that
is
bad.
not that far off. You said you would be reaching it by nightfall. It's soon coming upon nightfall. It's probably only another hour's journey away.
Question: are there any, I don't know, tracks in the dirt of potential Candian allies that have come before us?
Make an investigation.
Alrighty, not my strong suit. I think they're going to go to.
What about survival? Because that'd be tracking.
Survival would be fair for this.
I think Jacoby's going to go to Kit Kat and say, I would like to search for traces of our Candian allies to see if this is in fact the way that they had come before. Would you do the honor of assisting me?
Absolutely. Can I do a help action with this check?
Yeah, absolutely.
So is that just rolling with advantage?
Roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Glad that was an advantage. Survival. 14.
14. It is clear that there was for sure a presence here that had passed through. You recall on your way up seeing an extinguished lollylog campfire, so they had clearly smudged that out and buried it on their way up.
Alright, that's reassuring. at
There's
least.
presence around. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a formal presence that would have made a campfire at some point and then put it out. So that doesn't sound like primitive life forms that just popped into existence making a campfire. And also having forestry awareness that you don't just leave it until it burns to nothing.
Alrighty.
All right. That confirms to me that there certainly is a presence in the area, but I have yet to see actual movement. I will keep my eye out, but I hope we have a quiet and safe night at the rendezvous.
How long have you been on the mountain?
I would say now, just under a week. It is hard to say where the mountain starts, as it is, we came from Comida. So there is a slow transition between the forests of Comida and the chocolates here.
How far have the scouting expeditions gone?
I'm not sure how to answer that.
Have they reached a shore?
No, I do not believe so. We perhaps might be in luck finding the Knights of North Gambia, a previous expedition party further up who may have sent out a party, but at this time we have been more defensive than anything else.
Yes.
But if you send William to
Meaning the same thing.
And I'm going to send Quilliam, who has insane dark vision, to scout around and start spiraling out, looking for Candians ashore, town on fire, stuff.
That is so insanely fair. How far will you let Quilliam get away? Outside of communication barriers, which I believe is like 150 feet, or
Oh, definitely. I'll let him get a full, call it 10 minutes out, and then look back. If he doesn't return in that 10-minute window, then I'll know something that way is
What's
bad.
William's flying speed?
I believe it is 60. Let me pull that up.
Yep.
60.
60 feet.
60 round, and there's 10 rounds in a minute, so it's 600 feet in a minute. 600 feet
Times 10
10
is 6,000.
is 6,000 feet, so about a mile. Unless you're going 5 minutes away, 5 minutes back, and then it's about a half mile out.
I think 10.
10 minutes out, 10 minutes back.
Yeah, because we've got a lot of space. I'm pretty confident that an owl at night, standard issue Candian Tootsie Owl, is not gonna. Oh, an owl! Kill it!
Kill the owl!
Unless they all incarnated as jerks, in which case, well, I'll kill them right then. Yeah, a fly 60, so it could dash at 120 and bang.
Flying and flying.
An advantage on all perception checks.
Yeah, I would say a radius of a mile.
Yeah.
Would be a good.
So how's that
My
mile
first
around me?
action.
It's a mile around you.
Or is it a radius of half a
Yeah, 'cause
mile
it's
for a
a
full
It's a
mile?
ray in a mile. A singular ray, but has sort of a cone, as they could see in sort of that cone. And halfway there, about an hour's in, Quilliam brings back to you a club. They carry like a hand club that is entirely made. It's got sort of a bulbous head to it, as most clubs do. It looks like a eaten Tootsie Pop. So it's just the Tootsie itself on like a primitive piece of stick, sort of like wet. It at some point was wet and like formed to a club and then dried at the end of it.
Disgusting.
Definitely
That does not seem like a good omen.
cocoa based.
It tells us that that direction, the one going again, is where we can find our new subjugates. I'm certain they will be happy to know they are part of a large empire and have taxes. That'll go over well.
Well,
Do you want to passively perceive this or give it a real good go?
I'll give it a good go and like put it in the center of camp so everyone
Everyone
can
gets
eyeball this club.
Also,
Investigation?
Tox, I think my notebook
Yeah.
is underneath your papers.
Oh, sorry. Here you go.
20? Not that.
20 on that. 3.
But we
Great.
11.
technically
11.
a 4.
Technically a 4.
Oh, wait.
We'll give you the technically a 4.
What am I
the
spinning?
owl?
Investigation.
Can the owl
They squint real
What
hard.
do I roll for
Can
that?
the owl
So
investigate?
perception or
The
investigation?
owl can
Investigation
investigate.
is right here.
Okay.
3.
You'd like the owl to pause going
Right,
out and
do
back
that.
and taking a look.
Yeah, this is important.
So 13.
So investigation there is a 3. Your perception is also a 3. So that's fair.
Yeah, so 13.
Oh, the owl nat 20s. Quilliam is good at his job. 20 and a 6.
Quilliam pecks off from the head of the club in one of the recesses, where clearly it was like formed by hand or tooth. In one of the recesses, plucks out a small amount of like something made cherry and gooey. He pulls out like a little tiny piece, and it is clear to whoever is investigating and looking at it that this is like a piece, a very, very small piece of a cherry gummy bear.
Sir Sheridan.
Sir Sheridan!
He's trying to tell us something.
Oh no.
I think Sir Sheridan has fallen down of mortality. Oh dear.
We should hurry.
Should we divert? Because we are at the moment going to the
I assume fortress.
Yeah,
I'm imagining like a
the
palisade
holes.
wall around.
but he did not come from the hold. He came with this damaged club that just struck one of our men from that way.
Oh,
For clarity,
Hmm?
he came from the hold.
Oh, not better.
okay.
Not better. Yeah, no. He went ahead, you're headed towards the hold. He found this club somewhere near the hold.
Oh dear.
That is not good.
We should hurry.
Yes.
All in favor of hurry?
Yes.
Hurry. With that said, you guys rush along, doubling your pace, or at least 1.75 listening speed. Your pace. 1.25 is really the ideal. You shouldn't be listening to things at 1. It doesn't make any sense. It's just not. No, I don't drink a lot of coffee, and no, I don't have anxiety.
Lies. Both of them are
Fucking
lies.
straight lies.
I can't believe you're lying on stream.
I am lying. This is a not safe for kids stream.
Go on to stream and tell
Listeners.
lies.
Telling lies?
On the internet.
Oh my goodness.
I'm stuck.
You're trying to escape.
I am
She's trying to escape.
There's no.
On stream, you're trying to escape. What is
Internet
I've
this?
been
will always
replaced
find you.
immediately.
You have disappeared.
Where are you going?
I would be happy if that were on stream. Oh, are we getting? We are not getting the booty because it's behind the camera.
No booty for you.
Very quick and short.
Damn shit.
No.
Damn shame.
All
I
right.
also didn't get that funky little crawl, a spidery crawl that she did over all of the furniture to make it where she needed to go.
There were alternate paths.
There was
They
a
were not
direct
selected.
path that was less
No
crawly,
need.
but not as fun.
Yeah.
That being, should we keep going?
Yeah.
You have to keep
I
going.
heard within yell distance.
Yeah.
Are you in yelling distance?
I am in yelling distance.
Fantastic, you guys. 1.75 your pace. On your Meeps, you lax the Meeps and they run along. The Meep that both Jacoby and Tox are on is so tired.
Yeah.
It is carrying twice the number of people at almost twice the speed. It is so tired.
I give William the best treats. That was such a good
That was the
owling.
perfect find.
Well done. Good boy.
Y'all head further up the mountain. There is clearly, you can see the hold, which is fucking sweet. You can see the hold from here, and there is, based on the sort of smoke that's coming up, there is, from within the hold, there is like a campfire, or at least something on inside.
Something on
is
fire.
still.
Oh.
What? My
The hold
God.
itself
I thought it was
is not on
hers.
fire.
I'm sorry.
Very reasonable. Depriving me of things I want is the best.
Did you want some too?
I still have some.
The hold itself has probably a campfire in it. It is not like a formal building so much as like they used the local landscape to create essentially like a palisade wall around a space that would be defensible enough. Essentially like a very large shield wall. Yeah, essentially they made a fence and you could see into across the way. They made it in an incredibly good defensible position as it is near sort of the edge of a drop off so that they have at least one side that is clearly not able to be attacked from. That does requisite everyone now a little bit tired from the day, rolling because you have to go across a bridge.
This
Before
is
we
not my
enter,
strong.
can we tell if anyone's alive in there?
Is there sounds of battle? Sounds of
There's
merriment?
there is no sounds of it based on this. Someone can make a perception check. Or
Would
make
like
a
to,
group perception
yes.
check.
Please, dear God, for once.
William, solve my problems for me.
Woo!
Great.
Clear the tape.
18.
Don't want to pass your game. 18 says that there's no sounds of battle inside. In fact, there's not so much movement inside. It's about sundown.
Are there candy crows?
Are there candy crows? God, that's dark. You're in the high
Candy
tundra
vultures.
mountains. There is not an off. There is no. Candy
What
crows.
else would they eat?
The candy crows? Candy corn?
Only if they candy could.
I know they candy shit.
I knew I candy would.
Welcome to the Stranger. This is what we do for every week on Wednesdays, starting at whatever time we start at. Noon.
So done.
Noon 30. Sun high.
Starting at coffee cup 3.
Coffee
Cup 3 is
o'clock.
actually pretty
Yeah,
accurate.
that's very precise.
One to wake up, one to have a good time, and one to go. Yeah, there's no candy crows. In
Okay.
fact, there's an abhorrent lack of life in all of this land so far. It's been tundra-esque, so not a lot of animals live in the tundra that aren't just fluffy.
How long is the bridge? He said, with very precisely 300 feet of rope and no more.
How precisely long is the bridge? I'd say it's about 150 feet. Fair.
Okay. So now we roll.
Might I suggest that humbly we tie ourselves to ourselves, such that if our native population will have cut the bridge or trapped it, or is waiting below it with pokey sticks, they will not pull us to our deaths.
I believe that would be wise.
Yes.
Y'all look, as you're tying yourselves off, like one of the last people to tie themselves off, looks over the edge of the gorge, and of the many things that Kavanaugh is right on, he could not be right on the pokey sticks underneath the bridge. The drop off is significant enough that no one is standing directly under the bridge.
Very long pokey sticks.
You'd be like, it's 100-foot long pokey stick.
Just having an existential crisis about the height because I have almost just fallen off a cliff.
You very much
already?
literally almost fell off a cliff already.
Still just kind of like clinging to, just like,
Jacoby's just like, there.
You're stuck.
The
It's
ball
on.
protects us.
There.
I'm just making
Squishy
sure
hugs.
you feel safe.
Of course.
I'm right
Obviously,
here
you
in
feel
case
safe.
Of
you
course I'm
need
safe.
me.
The bulb will watch over us.
Is that for you?
Yeah, that was
Now,
a
if you
good
hold
thing.
my hand, I promise you'll feel even safer.
All right.
Yeah, he
I
said
choose
that.
to believe.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics. Before you'll go across.
So wait,
Uh,
did we roll already? Did I miss that roll?
No,
No.
just,
Oh, okay.
just about to.
The meat
Shut.
that both Tox and Jacoby is on rolls a nat 1 on keep going check
Oh.
and just like falls down and immediately takes a nap.
Well, we have the other one that I was writing, the shitty little stale
Sorry.
meat.
Yeah, the pack mule meat that was yours.
I mean, we did transfer all of my stuff over to the pack mule meat, but yeah, that's
We've got like 50 pounds a year. We are not 50 pounds a person.
no.
Maybe Kit Kat.
All right.
Yeah, so that meat is gonna be non-functional, or it's going to stay here. It's going to want to stay right here on this side of the bridge, asleep, taking a short rest while y'all go across to the encampment. That being said, roll a acrobatics.
No, why always me?
Nice jam.
23.
It knows.
23? I'm not gonna have to say anything.
24.
Great.
I rolled a
23, 24, 21. How you doing there, Tox?
You know, I did a 5. So.
Uh-huh, 5, right? Yes, that's my modifier too, but what'd you roll?
That's my modifier.
Yep,
Yeah.
just a 5.
Tox, once again, you fall off. You fall off the fucking thing.
I'm holding on.
Yes,
There
no,
we
you
go.
are-
This is why we did the tie
This is why you're all tied together. You clearly take a misstep and go over the side.
I'm imagining because flavor-wise, Jacoby just gets dragged along with them.
But you're also very sticky, so there's that.
Jacoby, you receive a bear hug
Oh.
from a literal bear.
Oh.
As Sir Limey grabs onto you from behind and is like, "Pardon me, I'm going to need you to stay here." And starts dragging you backwards.
Of course, just sort of like clutching onto this massive bear. It's like, yes, thank you very much. God bless you.
While Limey holds you from falling, Sir Razzleberry pulls up alongside and
None of
pulls
these
back on
D20s are
your
my friend.
rope enough that you are brought back for the second time from falling off of something.
Yeah, guide ropes.
You get one more strike.
And then, frankly, the rope is going to break. We put a lot of pressure on these guys.
Who was it that noticed Razzleberry giving Limey a strange look last week?
It was me.
I want to say.
I think I perceptioned it because it's in my notes as. No, I just noticed that he was up all night and was giving the royals a weird interaction. I didn't have that.
Yes.
Mhm.
It probably was you, Tox, considering they were directly in front of you as they had caught you from falling off the Meep.
Yeah.
So you saw their sort of reaction. They give a sort of similar look to Limey. This quizzical look is a little bit more like confirmative, like good job, but it still is like a quizzical sort of look. I can't say another way about it. Yeah.
How they even?
Where would things go?
Listen, there's a lot of questions. We really want the answer.
And I can't check for more.
What would you like to do to check for more?
I don't know.
Can you like ask them
You guys got a problem?
mention it or like ask a
Inside
question?
judgment, sexual tension. What am I experiencing right now?
Inside check on sexual tension.
Insight check on sexual tension. You could roll an insight. You could speak to Razzleberry or ask a question, and they might answer it, and then you could get further details there. If you're doing insight on sexual tension, you could just roll that.
I mean, I want to
Do
for
it,
curiosity
do it.
now, but that has nothing to do with what I was originally worried about. What do I
Are
roll?
they just bros?
D20?
Are they?
Let's see, insight, right?
What kind of
So
bears
14.
are
14.
Yeah.
There is some sort of vibe going on from Razzleberry to Limey. Limey is somehow constantly busy enough that he never like gives the nod back to Razzleberry in this. Before it was sort of, the first look was much stranger. This one is more of like a good job look, so it's clearly like a very
Okay.
positive
All right, that's
regard.
Okay.
I think Jacoby takes like an extra minute just clutching on to Limey's arm before he just like relaxing. He was like, okay, yes.
And I'm just like latched onto your leg.
Meanwhile, team full on 20s, like way
Already on the other
So I
side.
think the left flank is a little bit. Where the hell is the team?
I don't know. I was simply backflipping the whole time. I wasn't paying attention.
Hands
Are you okay
swinging.
back
Give us some weapons.
Are they hugging?
Maybe I should start using this.
Should we
You
like
have to see the
tie them?
report of the
Bullying
party.
would
It's
be-
not-
You should like tie them off to the other side
I
and just
think that's
start
a good
like.
Just like luggage.
God. Team Nat 20, who is already at the other side of the bridge, please roll a perception check for me.
Woof.
Stealing yours.
5.
Perception.
Dope.
Quilliam, solve my problem.
15.
13.
Fantastic. What am I going to do?
I'm for sure focused on what's going on behind us.
Why are they
Cat-like reflexes.
Cat-like reflexes.
My ears
Your ears perk. You don't hear the sound. Both of you, with 13 and a 15, don't hear the sound of anything but the crackle of like embers on fire inside.
Suspiciously quiet.
I don't like this.
Yeah, it is very quiet in there.
Candians. Loving. Do
Is it
not
what?
Shut up.
Lovingly do not shut the fuck up.
Anything.
It's illegal to be shut up.
We can hear literally like the Tartguard going "Wah!" in the background, never shutting up.
Yes, they are doing
Suspiciously quiet.
sort of like what you do hear is your 5 Tartguard singing like the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs song as they're walking across the bridge. They're singing hi-ho.
I'm imagining like one of them tricks and gets like stuck between the crowd between the board, but doesn't fall through.
It doesn't fall through. The next one
And they
trips
like-
over them.
I've got a lovely
Then-
bunch of coconuts. Yeah, there they are.
So
For smile's
we
sake.
fixed
Teeny
him.
tiny. He's perfect.
He is my favorite.
I love him so much. What's his name?
I love the
him.
eyes so much.
I feel like he's strawberry flavored.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's a strawberry flavored Smartie.
I feel like, I don't know. I'm close to
So
the
there he is.
Googly eyes.
That's Roger.
Roger.
Roger Tart.
Excellent, amazing.
He is truly a majestic,
Is it
gentle
short for
tart.
Straw Roger?
Straw Roger.
Straw
That's between you and the ball, my friend. I cannot say. That being fucking said, yeah, they sing their little song, but they make it across, as do all of you. Team at 20 is very quiet.
Dark outside?
Sun is falling.
Sun
This
is
is the
falling.
time. It's twilight.
Twilight. Okay, in between.
I would propose a copy of what we did against the bananas, Your Grace. A stealthy insurgency to gather information.
Yeah.
By your leave. Do you have that magical, not the guest stones, the last time I'm pretty sure the Tartguard were quiet.
Aha.
Yes. Yeah, they sort of like take out a torch and light it, I suppose.
So he's more asking for you to do the guidance thing,
Oh, I see.
while also hard ribbing the 3 that the other stealth person rolled. Because it was hilarious. I have a curse immediately curse myself.
What? And then
Never mind.
there's only so much guidance I can give. There are so many of them.
The small stealth team, like whomever is good
Ah,
at
yes,
sneaking.
of course.
The Tartguard continue to sing their Disney-esque song.
Is what I say.
I am gonna
Cast guidance on Tox.
I'm gonna cast Unearthly Chorus into the camp.
What? The fuck is that?
It says 30-foot radius, concentration up to 10 minutes, music of a style you choose, fills the air around you in a 30-foot radius,
Oh my
spreads around corners, can be heard from up to 100 feet away. The music moves with you, centered on you for the duration. Until the spell ends, you make charisma performance checks with advantage. In addition, you can use a bonus action on each of your turns to beguile one creature you choose within 30 feet that can see you and hear the music. The creature must make a charisma saving throw. If you or your companions are attacking it, the creature automatically succeeds. On a failure, the creature becomes friendly to you for as long as it can hear the music and for 1 hour thereafter.
It's amazing. They've never heard music before. They're new to existing. This is good. All right.
For sure.
22 for stealth. I am going to
Sneak right inside. Team Stealth is it?
Team
You
Stealth.
there as well.
Oh, are you two Team Stealth? Or
Team
you also-
Stealth.
I'm not super stealthy, but I will go with them
I'm-
while I'm doing that.
You
We'll
know,
go
like,
start
It does
with
feel a
the
little
three
freeing
for
for you to
stealth.
be
Is that very
stealthy
stealthy?
as you're the
It's not
center
bad.
of the music.
Yeah, but
I'm
they're
just
gonna
fine.
sneak. I'm gonna go with that.
You're just cursed.
Okay, you thought you said you were going with them.
So
It's
am I
like, that's
rolling? I
probably
don't know.
bad.
Well,
You
into
are
the
welcome
camp
to-
with
to-
them.
All right.
Fair
I'm
enough.
gonna roll.
As
we
the
can split.
If you
So
succeed,
pretty much wherever that one goes, I'm on to the right at this point.
if you succeed, you've somehow redeemed yourself. If you fail,
Are
then-
you
oh my
fucking
God.
What did we fail this time?
You fall back on
Plus
it.
Plus
Perfect
what?
Peeps can. Never mind. You're not allowed.
Sneak
I was
guidance.
wrong.
You've got guidance.
I go, told you.
So what is going? Y'all have snuck inside.
We're Vengeance in the Night, and then there's the three-party band over here, and then the actual three-party band.
Yes, I'm just kind of standing in the front-ish and singing softly into the campsite.
Wonderful and fantastic. Jacoby, what, where, and what?
I think Jacob, since I rolled a 7, Jacoby's kind of like trying to just very delicately, like kind of trail behind Tangeline, keeping an eye out for trouble.
Mm-hmm.
If I can perception check what the fuck is up inside, that would be cool.
I like that you switched the die again. I looked over and there's another new die. We're finding the one
Yeah.
for you.
Yes. Well, maybe it
Maybe it likes you.
Nice.
Wow. There you go.
Why
Finally
can't I ever
something.
roll those when I need them?
When it matters.
I think they only do that to trick me when I'm testing those.
Oh, you're testing them, they're fine, but then when they're real, they fuck up. Talks. Does Talks wear like a cap or a hat, or they're just in the duster?
More like the
trench coat look.
yeah, it's kind of like a long kind
got
of
like a
like
fedora?
cloaky trench coat with a
Mhm.
big giant hood.
Nice. What
Fucking
color?
sweet. Is
It's
that
black.
also black? And then you're like a dark purpley powdery.
Yeah.
Talks, as you're walking, you no longer are able to walk any further forward as you're sort of walking along the edge of the palisade fencing space. It seems as though someone is tugging you from behind. I would imagine that. Someone has an incredibly good grip on the back of just your hood, in a way that I don't know how cloth works in the real world enough for me to explain how you would do this. Do you able to unbutton it and see what's going on? Because if you just turn your head, the cloth is clearly
Yeah, I mean it's open most of the time, like so I don't have it cinched currently.
You have nice warm clothes on underneath. To get out of this, you have to like slide out of your duster for the moment. It's clear that someone is not holding your hooded duster, but rather it is pinned to the wall of the fence by an arrow. Roll initiative.
Guys! Guys!
Initiative, sir.
8.
12.
Where the fuck is initiative?
Remember what those numbers are.
Initiative is just my
Quick second.
so
Hot,
13.
One toasty second.
Hey, you started faster.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I did.
Initiative rolls is where it's at.
What do we got? It's 8. Someone had an 8.
I had an 8.
Okay.
6.
12.
Also 12. You go first because your dex is
12
13.
with 16 dexterity.
14 dexterity.
That's a reasonable amount of
I think
dexterity.
that's the first time I've rolled higher than everybody else.
Yeah.
Me first.
You're
time.
very motivated to do something about the near death at the back of your neck.
Can I grab my cloak and just, like rip it off because
Yes.
I don't want to leave
You
it
can-
behind.
You could pull it right. You pull
Then
the
I, like,
arrow out.
Pull it back
on your
on.
turn. Limey and Raz. Great. Now one is the Tartguard.
Coffee 3.
The coffee, it speaks.
Coffee 3 is a good coffee number for Batman.
Oh, I know what it's like on coffee 3.
The coffee 3 kind of thing.
Unearthly course. What a fucking insanely strange and unique.
Good thing I spent all my spell slots before you started in a battle.
Don't worry, you get them back in a week. And get them back very soon. So very soon.
It's been a week that what's his face was standing there. Well,
That is the fucking.
So I mean, I should have them
That is hilarious in the worst ways.
You said it.
I did say
You
it with
said
my
it.
whole head, which includes my mouth.
I feel like I should get a spell slot back just for that.
Just for being a little sassy.
Keeping you on task.
That's
I
right.
see. That's exactly what we needed here. That is exactly what we needed here.
I am
Need to
catching up with my journal entries as I'm trying to keep track of all of Kit Kat's accounts, and we'll be doing like doodles, and it'll be great. I'm so excited.
I
feel like we deserve these
speaking
for
journal.
that. No, I'm not a cavalier.
Xbox?
Yeah, that's reasonable. He's a cavalier and cavalier.
These are the little guys.
I'm gonna pet your cat.
And then there's the ones.
Oh, those are cute. There's more.
Oh, no, sweet.
Not that I love you so very much. So it's good.
Ooh.
These are so pretty.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun cutting them into shapes or strips or whatever, and then
What are they? They're just little tiny sheets of paper. Oh, cute.
They're origami
Cut them
papers.
up and- They are origami. Did you know I love origami?
I didn't.
You do?
I can
do.
only
I do now.
fold $1 into a bow tie. That's all I got.
Yes. I my most favorite thing to make is just a simple crane. I've made one of those. I helped make one of those strings of 1,000 cranes before.
That's very cool.
It's a very special thing to do, as when you have 1,000 of them and you put them all together, you can make a wish. And so it is a tradition thing to gift somebody or take the time to put intention into 1,000 cranes.
Yeah.
And with that much intention, you have a wish.
Mm-hmm.
So in college, we had a friend who was part of the Chinese Cultural Association Club. And the leader, the mentor of it, she had cancer and was getting treatments for it. And it was like an injury and recovery. And all the students were just like, we wish for a speedy recovery. And therefore, we are going to do the paper cranes. And so I folded like literally 500 of those. So I was like, yeah, that lady Karu told me. Told me. So.
Oh, pretty.
So pretty. So many.
I like how you just made it. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was.
It's like I like how you just drew over it again and then erased it, and then I remembered what we were talking about
Yeah,
before.
it makes it permanent after a little while if you don't undo draw it.
Undo, draw it.
Undo draw it.
That's what it is.
Redo, draw it.
That's what it is, baby. Wow. These are pretty.
You can take take whichever ones you like, as many as you like. I have tons of them.
I will cherish. Neat stacks, neat stacks. Damn, I got fat stacks.
There's a dead jellyfish in the middle.
There is one dead jellyfish in the middle. Look at that dead jellyfish. It's so spooky.
Pretty stack.
It is very spooky
Right?
and very dead
You did
and
jelly.
very jelly.
No, don't be jelly. No, jellyfish live in the Fructera Sea.
Yes, because they're a form of jelly and jam.
Oh, that's
there's
cute.
actual jellyfish. Oh.
There would for sure be jellyfish.
They actually don't look anything like jellyfish. They're actually
They're
just
like
fish
Swedish
made.
fish.
No,
Like
you see, those are
softer.
jellyfish. I'm having so much fun getting to hang out every week.
Me
It's so
too.
nice.
Oh my goodness.
I've
One of
missed
these days we
times.
should go for a double and do one on Sunday.
Yes, we should.
I don't
Probably
know if
not
Dakota
this
could
weekend,
do it,
but-
and that makes me sad.
Oh.
I think that is one of our preventatives of doing it.
Yeah, sorry.
I have a different D&D game.
Yes, I could imagine you are within the palisade wall. And as Jacoby said that they were kind of
Damn it, Dakota, why must you have a
coating
social
around
life?
with you, you
Sorry.
here on the outside of the wall. Kavanaugh deep within, so is Kit Kat. Deep within.
Tape? Oh, the smear on the yeah. We were painting that wall. We made a splotch.
That wall?
A bit of a
Example.
splotch.
A splotch.
A bit of a splotch.
Next Tuesday, we should bring some of the figurines so that we can paint them in between when we're drawing.
That was something I thought about doing, and then I printed these out and did this and that, and I was like, I gotta get to this fucking thing, this draw something thing.
I kicked
Nah,
him out when
nah.
I got home last night. I said, what are you still doing?
I'm still here. I'm so late.
It's all right. He made it just in time for
I
the
live
rest of
here.
us late people.
Nice. This is a great place.
Poor Marty is just Mr. On Timesy.
He's just there, like, all right.
But he knows better at this point that every single person that comes to come draw is not the on time kind of person.
Folks, I am kind of on and off screen at the same time. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not
You
super
on
worried about that. You can put that somewhere-ish.
I keep forgetting to use it. I've given up.
Put it directly in the fucking middle.
Midbrains.
All right, this is very clear battle map. Just don't go off the middle.
Yeah.
Just stay on the
Stay
map
put.
somewhere.
Stay on the fucking map.
Stay on the
And
map, please.
nobody gets hurt.
And nobody gets on the path.
I believe I've placed every mini, and that's the 150 feet across the Is any of this look unclear?
Where's the
What's
tiny
going
baby banana?
Well, no.
Tiny baby
Is
banana.
he with us?
It's
He is
important.
for sure
He's
with y'all.
important.
He's
He's
with the
not a
rest
baby.
of the Banan-knights.
Teeny
Not
little.
a baby.
I'm sorry, the midget.
There's
Dwarf.
very small dwarf, probably the best.
Dwarf banana. Little banana.
I didn't know that there are dwarf varieties of all of the different birds.
All of them. They must make small versions of everything.
Precisely. I'm so sorry you've doomed yourself.
You started a precedent. Now I'm going to
I
expect
will
every race
add
has
Roger
dwarf
in
versions.
here.
Roger.
Roger is actually canoodling and hanging out with the Banan-knights. He believes he's one.
We're
That
friends.
being said, the Banan-knights go first. They have no perception of this danger. That's 19. 17 is the attackers.
You screamed, right?
Yes.
No!
And I was like, guys.
It was a yelp. It all
Yeah.
yelled.
Yeah.
Then absolutely the Banan-knights will
Launch
take
damage.
some form of cover.
We're going to watch this
Behind
baby
us
get
in-
decimated in front of us.
Behind an embankment of snow here. Ba, 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 ba.
Oh,
And he takes the dodge action,
reasonable.
ready to charge. You are concentrated. I like that it looks a little halo on top of your giant orange miniature.
Concentrate.
Do.
7.
Okay, 7. 10. Nat 20. Nat 20. Oh, I should not be using your dice, so I won't touch that D4. Okay. Not great. Okay. I feel like this is somehow malicious, but it is definitely not. One of those nat 20s is for you, Tox. The other nat 20 is for Sir Razzleberry. And then the other two miss a Tartguard and miss one of the Banan-knights.
Do they reveal their positions by attacking?
Yes, it is clear that they
So
are
I got hit
Out.
again.
in this direction.
On the other
yes.
side?
The
They
first one was a
are-
tracer arrow.
They are out this way, which I will represent
Yes. Do we not see
Do
them?
we not have little?
with. You want to use the minis for it? Sure.
Fuck it.
Is there a fourth?
This
That's a peep! This is the sleepy peep! That's the peep that fell asleep. I think I
Meeperson.
only printed out 3 of those.
Sure.
So we'll go ahead and use one of these cabbage dogs to
Aw.
represent the last one.
I love
Excellent.
Cabbage corgs.
Oh,
Cabbage dog, isn't
cutie.
that your name?
them.
Cabbage
Yeah.
Cabbage dog.
Cabbage dog, yeah.
It is
Cabbage dog.
Cabbage
yeah.
dog.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
not good
funny.
movie. That's your service.
That's your service.
Carriage dog.
That means it will be 2 plus a 1 plus 2 is 5. Tox, you take 5 points of damage.
Wow.
That should leave Tox
Level
1.
It sucks.
Tox.
If 3 people decide you're
I have
dead at
5
level 1,
left.
5 out of 5. That is going to put you at the bloodied condition.
Ow!
Where did it hit me?
As you turned and got your duster, your arms outstretched, they're shooting from across the chasm. It caught you in the rib, the lower rib kidney region.
But I do have my duster now.
Yes, as you rip your duster off, the shot comes and gets you, and you are able to run. It is your turn. It was
luckily
all
your
their
duster
turns.
was outstretched. There's no hole in your duster.
And I can move 6, right?
Yes, you can move 6 boxes.
Do I move first or do I do
You can
other
do whatever
things
you like to
first?
first. You have a move. Your turn exists as a move, an action, a bonus action. Okay, and
Can I see them?
You can freely make a perception check. So
Right.
roll a 20, and you're looking to see. I believe that is the only die too big for for my little yogurt thing. 15. Yes, you see 4 man-sized Hershey kisses with bows that
Can
are
I
shooting across the chasm.
Shoot. Is it far enough for me? Is it close
What
enough
is
for
the
me?
range on your?
What is their range?
What is the
This is the
range?
range is 150
150
feet.
feet using
Wait.
long bows
Can I-
is
which one
I
is
believe it's
that? How
150,
far do these
300 for
shoot?
disadvantage.
Let's find out.
300 for
I
disadvantage.
thought it was 120.
Actually, these are short bows, so this might be a disadvantage.
That's
I
yeah,
will
that's pretty
need.
sure.
Both of mine are short bows.
Yours
are
heavy crossbow.
Oh.
This is heavy crossbow, or you could have dual hand crossbow.
Heavy crossbow is 100, 400. And
This
then
is a
short bow?
reroll on you. You take no damage.
Oh.
80, 320.
Based on the distance, they cannot hit you.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Well, they shoot, but it's further than
So
the
it goes
short bow
through my
sling.
duster.
So it goes through the duster
Okay.
again.
But can I hit them?
What is the range on your thing?
100, 400. After 100, you're at disadvantage. After
So you can
400,
roll
you're
at
in hell.
disadvantage.
So I can't hit them then.
You can. You roll twice. You pick the lower one. You're aiming from an insanely far target. It will
Alright.
fly, but you don't. It won't land perfectly.
All
where you
right,
want
I'm
it to.
gonna
You can
try.
roll that
and-
twice, or you can roll both at the same time.
Ah,
It's not going to be that one. I've never seen so many near. Like it's right next to the nat one. It's the 5, which if it's trying to go to the 1.
desperately trying to go to the 1. It does not make any sense.
all right.
It should not make any
So
sense.
then I'm gonna move, I guess, since I've gotten
Yes, 6
this.
boxes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
How tall are these, like,
the
embedments?
walls.
I pretty
are
much
about
just have
15
like
15.
barreled past you at this
15
point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they're essentially like plywood, so they're probably about 2 inches thick
Okay.
of like
Like pulling the arrow out of my duster as I'm going. I'm just like,
2 arrows out.
quit blowing holes in my ship.
Kavanaugh, you are sneaking inside. Tox comes running in full tilts, throwing arrows out of their dust, shaking arrows out of their dust.
What is going on?
Across the
Oh my gosh.
I have misjudged.
chocolate.
Chocolate.
That Kavanaugh.
Well,
Next up will be Jacoby.
I have a short bow as well. That's not going to do me any good. I'm going to look around for what looks to be an armory because I need a longer range weapon. Because sneaking across a single file bridge in the middle of an archery storm seems like a terrible idea.
Horrible idea. Yes, probably get something a little bit more shooty. Make a free investigation check in this area. Then.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, investigation.
Yeah.
20.
You find a short bow that is
I have a short bow, but a short bow's not going to reach it.
A short bow would be a disadvantage. With a 19, I would say that you can crit find a long bow.
All right. All right.
Do
probably my
there happen
move and
to
my
be multiple
interact.
ones? Or is it just the one long bow?
Do I have like a longbow rack?
Do you have proficiency in longbows?
I don't know.
I don't think rogues do initially.
Let's see.
I don't think so. I think it's
I
only
believe
longbows.
longbow is a
No, I need an actual crossbow.
Drat. Short on luck. You do find a
Yeah.
longbow though. That would be. I don't know how you would use a weapon that you're not proficient in.
If
Improvised weapon.
if I remember, you just don't add your proficiency because
You're not proficient.
Which at this level is better
two.
than
It's
yeah.
still not a disadvantage, which is technically
Right.
better.
So
You can use it. You just won't get your +2 proficiency.
I'll make eye contact with pointed the longbows
Just
and
like a
start
short bow, but
moving
longer.
sneakily to a good cover, advantageous fire position.
Excellent. Move your mini to what you would.
I like corners. Corners let me sneak and look from all angles.
Can we see over this wall?
It is 15 feet tall, but at the corners here are.
Parapets?
Yes, arrow slit parapets for you to aim out, but make it insanely hard for someone to aim inward.
I'm an arrow slut for arrow slits.
Yeah, you are.
Mm.
So this is a defensible position. That being said, Kavanaugh, are you ready in action?
Can I?
Or are you making a shot? Yeah, there are
If I
holes.
can.
Yeah, you
Then
can
I
take
100%
a shot.
All right. To hell with that guy on the right. That guy right there.
That's the one. 18 plus.
I'm doing this in front of you to hurt you on the inside.
Show you the pain.
Alrighty. Longbows D8, and assuming he does not see me, sneak attack.
Yeah.
Plus 3 to this number.
8.
8.
I like that. Dramatic. I clicker things faster, but frankly, that's cooler.
Mm.
It is rather dramatic. It was this one, right?
Mhm.
All right. They have lost not yet half their health, but they are wounded in some way.
With blood and chocolate.
With blood and chocolate. Mostly just liquid chocolate. You fire this longbow way through. You can see it definitely sticks into. It's fucking insanely far. You know that it hits because you hear like a yowl, but you cannot see it because it's like 150, 200 feet away. That's a very long
Style shot.
Jacoby, followed by Tangerine.
Alright. So we're currently in a real weird position here. Jacoby is going to take this opportunity to say very loudly, I cannot say this very loudly because of my voice, but everyone get behind the walls. There are arches across the gorge. And communicate that to any Tartguard or anyone else who hasn't got the fucking memo.
Who hasn't gotten the memo yet?
After that, I don't know the range on light crossbows.
But I have the thingy to let me look things up rapidly.
Wow, thanks.
Rapid lookup.
Rapid lookup. 80, 320.
Wait, 320.
80, 320.
Right.
Ah,
So 80
320
is the short.
is
Yeah,
it.
it's the 320. It's a different.
Fuck it. Gonna kind of find a high up place where they can see across the gorge and take a shot at disadvantage. Cause fucking why not?
Give it a go. Where's your little mini? You could probably butt up against where Tox is. And take that other slit for yourself.
16 and
16 wood, and then low.
let's see what the I think it's that much. 2 plus I think 2 at the sub-level for 12.
Looking for an AC 13.
Damn, just miss. Fair enough.
Put it right there. Let's move in a circle.
I think they're going to shout in every language that they know, which is
Like 5 of them.
yes, Fructera, Sucrosi, Hybobian, Lacra, and Carnage. Stop! Stop! And see if that gets a response from any of them.
Does anyone have a message?
I don't have message because I'm not magical.
No, not quite.
I got 2 cantrips.
fucking absolutely
So
fair.
in the Tartguard.
At initiative ties 10. Melee chocolate bars. Chocolate bars with a primitive Tootsie Pop club. A pair of them round snowbanks on the opposite side and look like they are going to rush the bridge. This is going to trigger the Banan-knights action. Banan-knight here is going to begin galloping across
Oh, don't go
the
across the fucking doors.
fucking bridge
Ah,
like a
no!
goddamn hero.
Banan-knights,
Oh,
that didn't work the first time. It's not going to work now.
Always charge.
You're gonna leave your child fatherless.
How did you know he was my son?
He keeps trying.
He looks just like you.
It's just like
It's just like
Just
you.
like
He's
you.
got your
Eyes. Eyes?
Do you know his name?
Which? The baby?
The
Yes.
Banan-knight.
Both.
Both?
Both.
Oh my
Come up
goodness.
with
You want
names
me to-
now.
you want me to
Do
get my-
it.
My names?
Yes.
Goodness.
He would have introduced himself.
Who's his dentist?
Who's his dentist?
Who's his dad?
Who's his daddy and what does he do?
What a
What's your
fucking
name?
hilarious name.
Who's your
What?
daddy?
Okay. This is Sir Clovis.
Sir what? Clovis?
Sir Clovis.
Sir Clovis.
Oh.
House of Tron. No, he would have been. Well, he would have been.
He would have been House of Tron, but it's clear to you from the talks that you have had
The tall.
that he was impressed into the Imperial Army years ago. So he was born in the House of Tron, but every country must give 10% of their fighting force
Yeah.
to the Emperor. So this is an Imperial Guard, essentially.
Have you heard about all conscript armies? They're really impressive.
Size.
I'll see
Get
myself.
out of here.
Which is a little extra interesting for Tangerine because this person probably was born at a similar time that you, but does not know the politics of your house because they were pressed into the army. So they don't. They don't know the interworkings of your house. They don't go home.
Well, we would have been probably raised adjacent.
Yes, and then they were sent off to the army at adulthood, or just before adulthood. That being said,
Is that he's just dashing?
yes, he's going to dash. A horse goes
Can I
60,
shout at him?
120. You may shout, always.
I want to tell him to wait, no, just cut the bridge.
Make a persuasion check at advantage. The die is here.
Don't touch 19
Why are our dice so similar?
and a 7.
19 and a
which
7.
is- Wait, persuasion is +5, so it's a 24.
Oh, that's a genius idea. He
That's
uses
not
the
even
rest of
fair.
his movement to turn back and gallop the horse down the way. And he pulls out his, what is it called? His arming sword, which is essentially like what a knight's sidearm sword is, and hacks one of the it's a short sword. Hacks one of the
So it
two
just-
sides
Yeah.
of the bridge holds here.
Sweet.
Oh, right.
He galloped.
Kicks. Fructarians.
Yeah, that's Tangeline. It is, I believe, actually your turn. That was just someone melee has shown up, and his thing was to run towards
Yeah.
melee combatants.
Yeah,
Something
he
has
held
shown
his
up.
turn.
Ha!
Chop. Tangeline. Kit Kat, you will be next, followed by the entirety of your.
I'm gonna hold my
Tartguard,
turn because
Tartguard,
I'm
Gummy.
chilling.
Fair enough. Kit Kat.
Okay, finally.
Which one is you?
I'm
I Seeing Kavanaugh note to me of the longbows and the range that we need to have access to, I will scurry my way over to the longbows and grab one myself, which I don't know how much movement that is. I just want to make sure I'm keeping track of movements.
Fair enough. They were
So-
back here, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Did you move last round? You might be able to.
I haven't moved at all.
You might be able to proc. Oh wait, no, you don't proc zoomies on the first round. It would be 20 to get to the bows that are sort of lying there. I believe you have 10 left.
Could I do technically just a dash action to just grab and then move to my position? So I'm taking position, but I'm not attacking yet.
Where would you like to take position?
Kavanaugh has a the corner.
Kavanaugh has
Damn it,
that one,
corner.
and Jacoby has the other corner.
They do.
Me
Damn it.
Basically, as you also butting
They're
into
all...
it.
I'm not
If
gonna
you
get
skip this turn, at the end of mine, I can slip to the right, and then we can just
Cycle that.
So
and
that
forth.
you and I cycle attacks, doing the
Yeah.
same thing from the corner. That sounds like a great idea.
like functionally 2 arrows every 6 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, we will pull you up right alongside
We will
that
do
and then
little
switch
rotates.
places as turns run around.
The closest that we can get to a longbow automatic. Just
Limey and Raz, as melee combatants go through the doors and command the Tartguard to do the same, Limey mumbles in sort of like a, Lord, look at this thing. And he pulls out an arrow from between the chinks of his armor. Even at disadvantage, they still hit. It's like, oh, Lord, what a battle.
Why? I mean, how rough is he looking? Is he bloody or is it just like a nothing? Or
Technically, by all technical specs, he would be in the bleeding category. So he's got at least 2 or 3 more before you would go down.
2 or 3 more hit
2 or 3
points?
more hits.
Okay.
Yeah, so like
Big
out of
difference.
30, he's
Not-
probably at 20.
Cool.
So he's probably a third of his health is gone.
Alright.
They move there. In fact, actually, Razzleberry does not move within the walls. He stays out front.
Razzle,
takes
what the fuck are you doing?
What a fucking mess.
Takes the dodge defensive position. He's going to try and impose disadvantage on someone who's trying to shoot at one of his men who's going inside. Limey goes within the wall to patch his now gooing wound.
Jacoby's gonna step away from the arrow slot, I guess, and like kind of look to help with that on their next turn.
Fair enough.
I love that you have to. That's my favorite.
Do the Tartguard have
I'm
spears
glad
like
the
in their
stream is
little
witnessing
menus?
Yes,
Chug
they
and
have
honey.
spears
Chug,
and swords
chug,
and
chug.
little small
very long
buckler
chug.
shields.
It's what I do. It's what I gotta.
Roger, your very good friend, hides behind the embankment with the other Banan-knights.
Banan-knights.
And these
Banan
ones,
horses.
1, 2, 3, 4, have enough space that they can filter in behind Razzleberry. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So this one does not fall into the fire, even though it probably could. They're going for the cache of weapons
Imagining them singing.
and things here.
Is there no dead people or
Just
anything
increasingly
inside?
anxious.
There for sure is a dead person here.
Oh
Yeah.
no. How many dead persons are there?
There is exactly
Oh no.
1 dead Tartguard.
Oh
In the,
One
Chips to
shattered
pieces in the-
Tartguard.
no. Oh. No.
We're not sure it wasn't friendly fire.
I'm gonna just
Let's not make
does look very
assumptions
silly.
here.
I can never be sure it wasn't friendly.
Is that a tickling sword?
do you want to switch?
Was
Do
he
you wanna
armed
switch?
or
Okay,
was he
well,
armed?
I'm dancing around you over here. You want to switch temporarily till this battle's over? Or forever? Please get that die. Tie. It's too far. Hell yeah. Take those fucking things if you want them.
I do want.
You leave your dice behind.
I did.
This is an incredibly good spot. I don't have to stand up anymore.
Aren't you?
That's so cool.
Problem. solved.
That being said, that was the Tartguard. They all moved within and took defensives. Back up to the Banan-knights. He's gonna. Tangerine, do you want to go at all? This is the end of the initiative, and therefore you'd be just giving up your turn. but holding your initiative.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to do because
Okay.
I'd like to strategize with our folks. I'm not
Okay.
trying to bring a heavy like colonizer energy to these people that just popped out of nowhere
Fair
and
enough.
have no idea what's going on and can't communicate and just obliterate them. Because we are technically still supposed to be on a diplomatic mission.
First step, make sure no one else dies.
Yeah. So
First step
I'm
into
not
the
gonna.
Survive.
Assume life.
Yeah. I don't know if I really need to be still doing this spell, but I think I can.
You can hold it. I mean, it doesn't hurt. You don't have any other spells you can do.
So the Tartguard are all inside. We're just waiting on the Banan-knights and the.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna get in anybody's way by moving that corner around.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hold.
Cool. Hold here.
Oh, I will give inspiration to.
Hell yeah. Hand one of your little tokens out.
Yeah. These guys.
Ding.
Oh, nice.
Good music.
You're lined up first to attack, so I give it to you first.
The Banan-knights, the remaining, this man at arms.
So cutting
This
the other
person
side
at
of the
arms,
bridge?
yes, uses their broadsword on Sir Clovis's behest and chops the other part here.
Oh, we didn't need to obliterate the whole bridge.
Oh.
Just one side.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
They weren't hired for their intelligence.
Okay.
He then uses his movement to get inside. They get inside. Now backing into the doorway. They get inside. Yeah, it's on a third.
Close the doors!
It's been fully unfocused. Fuck you. Fuck you forever. I should turn it on. It never turns off. That being said, the bananas get inside.
Sure are glad you drew the little edge there anyways, huh?
I did draw this here. I can refocus it. This feels like this is the end of the battle. That's at disadvantage because of distance and double disadvantage because he's defending. That's 1. Disadvantage 2. Disadvantage 3. That might hit. No, that doubles. All of the shots come for Razzleberry, who is holding the doorway. And none of them hit, and the only ones that do, he shields. He places his shield to impose the shot. There's no longer a bridge here, and that is for sure unless you guys are going to try and pick them off as time goes, these guerrilla warfare chocolates are going to realize very quickly that this is a war of attrition and they're not going to win it. So they're going to very quickly.
But what about the meat?
What about the meat? They take the meat.
No!
They don't take the meat meanly. They leave
It's
the
looting.
meat away. The meat looks at them and they pet it, and it's clear that this is sentient. That's actually
A
super useful.
sentient meat?
It's clear
Are the
that
meats sentient?
these chocolates have compassion enough that they don't murder this animal and they take the animal away.
Are they, and they're still there.
Somebody's
right?
seeing this happen. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
about
no,
me.
y'all. Someone sees it happen.
I
but
mean, I've got an
They
arrow
they
knocked right
leave
at it.
and take the sweet meat.
Ooh.
Cool.
This is why we didn't really need the rest of.
Additionally, I would
Yeah.
like to search this entire fortress for any signs of living people in the rafters or any
Mhm.
such things, any such nonsense like that. Not having that.
No, you good. Ask your other question.
I would like to see if there are any other important supplies stashed away somewhere around here, something that wasn't taken,
Mhm.
Sure.
food, rations,
Warm
anything like
clothing.
that.
All right, this is not a. This is. I
Any
can
of the
tell you. That
traumatized people huddling in the corner.
excuse me. I can tell you that this is not a very. There's no way for them to be in the rafters. There is no roof. This is just a defensive wall around the campsite.
Cool.
So no rafters. There is sort of like a
Tents.
tenting up against some of the edges here.
Check that shit out.
There are rations within there and some further supplies, but this is for everyone based on generally looking around this defensible wall. This was abandoned in haste.
How recently? Is there signs that it was
Like there's
very
a
recent?
fire.
Yeah, the fire was inside.
The fire was abandoned within a day. based on it just being embers, it's been probably only a day or so.
I guess next step would be an investigation or survival check to be looking for the tracks of what direction they made haste toward.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Jacoby, I will also have you roll a perception, or investigate should really be what we're using here. Perception will also work though.
I would like to do perception.
Please, perception.
15.
Can I do survival?
You may.
18.
That's
18.
awesome. Kit Kats, you note that they, in an undetermined number based on how many footsteps are sort of slammed into the ground during swinging and fighting within these walls, and the dead Tartguard is here. You recognize like the boot of a Tartguard. You recognize sort of the boots of the gummy bears. Something you don't recognize is sort of a larger, more diamond-shaped foot, sort of like an odd square-shaped footprint that clearly left in the same direction.
Does it look like a bipedal or a quadrupedal?
It looks bipedal. You're noticing there is the occasional touch of an even larger footprint next to it. So, but it's only one. So based on an 18, it's probably like bipedal, but like it put its hand down every so often while it was running to like pick itself back
that
up.
Looks like a fist. All right. Interesting. Was this in the same direction as the guards that I know, like the gummy bears?
Yes.
Okay,
the boots and the bigger boots, the gummy boots and the tart boots.
All right. So based on what I can see, there was a lot of haste. There was some sort of altercation, and the fort was abandoned quite in a rush. There were Tartguards, there were the gummy bear guards, as well as a larger unidentified one.
Interesting.
But it seemed to be with the allies rather than against. So this will be fun.
Interesting.
I'm going to send Quilliam to stealthily follow the fleeing kisses,
Hershey kisses,
until they make camp or reach a camp, and then head back to me so I know where that's going to be.
Fantastic.
Your ladyship, I have a risky proposal based on the scant amount of information you have. Ostensibly, I am here as a diplomat. That said, the natives do not seem like they have diplomacy in mind. However, they are on foot. They cannot see in the dark, and they are burdened by the speed of our slowest, fattest, most tired people. Also our smelliest. Which is to say, they are most likely either under a night's walk from where they intend to camp, or from their normal place of residency. And we have freshish peeps.
Except for this stale one.
We also are very likely the only entities capable of casting magic. They have a wounded man. I may have wounded him. If we were to say, up here out of the darkness, heal this man, take our peep back, and meld back into the darkness without slaughtering them all in their sleep while they lie like pigs, then it would be a good thing. It would be a memorable thing.
Is everybody forgetting that there's no bridge?
Yeah, we shoot an arrow with a rope on it. We pull it back up. It's fine.
I can't get across the normal bridge.
In the same vein, yes, it's very fair that Meeps cannot traverse a single rope bridge as their horses. You would have to leave them here stabled with some of the Tartguard or some of the Banan-knights, along with the one Benorse. That also probably cannot do a weird horse maneuver across. Horse climb
across this rope bridge.
I am also interested to understand more about the. I'm sure they don't have cultural context for us, but where they came from, what they're doing now.
I think it will be a power move. Let them know that we come with the full might of the bulb and the better weapons than they have.
What if we were to shoot like an arrow across and like with a rope on it and latch it onto one of the like slats of the bridge so we could pull it back up?
I thought that's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Shoot an arrow
Yeah.
into it.
Oh, I thought you just meant just across.
Oh.
Wonderful idea. You definitely had it on me. Great thinking.
I didn't hear the rest of that. My brain
Right,
just
please,
heard
Spencer.
one rope
One
across.
straight for one meat.
We throw floss across. We throw the meats
Fucking
one
Tarzan.
by one.
Alright, who's got the 150 throw range?
No one picked barbarian. Everyone picked rogues.
I know.
It's all rogues.
Oops,
all
all
rogues.
Except for Ranger.
So we
Which
can
is like a
either.
rogue.
Like
Yeah. I
nature
almost picked rogue and I was like, this
That's
is too many.
for
We need another.
rogues. Just all rogues.
Wait, so you're looking at like where our allies may have gone, and you're looking at where the Hershey kisses are camped.
Can I try to get the bridge back?
Yeah.
You may absolutely make an attempt at this. You can shoot true. That is entirely fine. You can shoot a bolt with a rope on it. The question is, who in their right mind is strong enough to try and pull a bridge 150
Sir
feet?
Razzleberry!
Can't we all heave ho it together?
If we would like to do a group check, including the Gummy Bear Knights,
Yeah!
Hi ho!
Oh wait, no, I can't use it. Why?
that is strange. Hey!
Back.
Strength. Yes,
Six.
this is athletics. Okay. How many?
Athletics.
They do not have fun.
Athletics.
I made the pun.
So I got a 4 because I have a -1 on athletics.
I rolled a 19
Wow.
next to your 4.
Of course you do.
I did.
I think my
There it is.
spell only has
But don't worry, I
Nice.
still have the
so
strength
I'm
for
no
this
longer
too.
concentrating.
18.
I think.
We were expecting far more enemies to be within these walls. That's fair.
Jacoby is going to cast guidance on whomever is planning on yanking the bridge back up.
One person in this group can add a guidance of Jacoby. Jacoby, did you give an effort on the heave ho, or would you not like to participate?
They can help, they're not going to be of much.
Can be much.
Yeah, I
help.
was a 5, so
I'm incompetent for
Jacoby
this job,
seemed-
but I did it anyways because
Yeah.
I'm still showing off.
Sure.
And I did get a 19, therefore an 18, so I'm showing off
18.
well.
Excellent. We've got, is that 3 failures, 1 success? Was Kit Kat in on this or no? Not really.
I think I give like a hearty. I'm like all part of the team. You all have to help. But I'm 5 foot nothing.
Not beefy.
So I
Not
give
beefy.
a 9.
So maybe you and
an athletics
Razzleberry.
check.
We've
Yeah,
got
sure.
4
Like,
fails, 1
attempt
success.
to roll. That's a 13 total.
What if we attach
They're
it to the
very
Peeps?
lanky. They're very tall. They're
Oh.
What if we attach it to the Peeps and the Peeps bowl?
That is a far
That's a
better
good
idea.
idea.
My
I will
tiny
roll
little noble arm.
Yeah.
The Peeps will roll at advantage. That's a nat 20 for the Peeps and a 16 for the Peeps.
Meanwhile, the Peeps do the actual work.
Razzleberry doesn't do great. It's like a
Razzleberry.
5.
guidance.
And Limey does a little better. I can have the guidance on that.
Before we
That's
embark
1.
on
That's
this
like
new
a 9.
adventure,
That's a
I'm gonna
12.
need probably at least a short rest before I'm useful again.
Samesies.
Yeah.
Well, I can be somewhat useful. I've got 1 useful less to take me. Just the 1.
I've got cantrips only, and they're not nice ones.
Sir Limey says, perhaps we should take a bit of a break before we do this. I think it would be wise to not tire ourselves out entirely, and we do have an incredibly defensible
Entirely.
position here. And I'm wounded. If anyone was wondering, I am wounded, so I would like a few minutes break.
Yeah, Jacoby's going to take some time to like very carefully bandage his wounds and be like, "Thank you very much. You saved my life." And I will do my utmost to repay you in return.
It's a gummy bear's duty, really.
As a caffeinated crackhead, historically known for
Tomfoolery, hijinks.
tomfoolery, would drinking one of our health potions like equivocate taking a nap or like a 5-hour energy type of?
If we all just get a little shot of it.
Can we drug our way out of
Drug
my
our way out of
Spell
taking a
slot
break.
back. If I take a health potion right now.
No, you cannot. No,
All
I
right.
cannot. That's like a
Well-
mana potion. You don't have whatever that.
We don't have mana potions, unfortunately. If only.
Would you like to take a few minutes rest, or a night's rest, or a week's rest? A week's rest is long rest. A night is short rest, and a few minutes is
Just a breather.
just like a breather. Like, all right, I'm gonna just make sure I'm okay. Arcane recovery if I have
a
it.
night.
If we are to execute my plan about melding out of the shadows and doing a power move of non-hostility, that does have to be tonight. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Well, I do have both sleep and unearthly chorus that would be useful in such a mission. However, they are not. I'm not charged enough to use any of them at this moment.
I can heal whomever needs to be healed, but I'm afraid if it comes to actual arms thrown, I will not be of much help.
I will put this very bluntly. We can take them. They are a couple of kisses with short days.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
the ones that you know about.
Yes, but we're tracking the ones we know about. That's
Yes,
the
but
point.
they could be going somewhere with. We don't know how many.
And then if we arrive and
We
we see an
cannot
army,
communicate with them.
we leave.
That's fair.
Hello, little man.
We should just pick one off.
He's
and-
chosen.
He is on string.
So far,
My turn.
we have
My
not
turn. My turn.
killed any of them.
I
And
think
the idea being we heal them, and then, wow, we're so impressive and merciful. And then if they come back, well, we try.
I thought we'd go find their camp, wait for one of them to go for like a bathroom break or something, and then snatch it. I don't think we're going to be able to talk to 30 of them. I think it's best we start with one.
I
In
don't
the
think they-
interest of the mission, we do not want to create a hostility among the locals.
Yes, and if they see us all, or we try to approach all of them at once, and we enter into like a war battle, then I don't think that would help.
Picking them off would.
I don't mean pick them off like hurt them, pick them off. I mean like capture one and see what we can
pull
figure
one off
out.
to the side. Maybe
Yeah.
not capture. That might be a bit of a strong word.
Persuading one is easier than persuading 30.
Well, see, we catch more flies with honey than with
My proposal is to
You're not wrong.
bravado this.
There are many
Walk
fruit
in,
flies that could be stuck
heal.
in this.
And then leave, not attack. But if they see us approaching without weapons drawn and spells ready, they likely have no concept of what magic it needs. They cannot speak, which means they could not cast. Well, so they're a month old. I'm assuming it takes them longer than that to figure out magic. Maybe I'm wrong.
This is true.
That
We
is
don't
assuming
know
many
so much about them.
things.
But consider the two visuals here. One of them, they attack a person, then one of the people goes missing. What would you do?
Okay.
Well, it depends on how long of a bathroom break he takes.
Or thing two, you attack some people, they kick your merry ass, and then come in and heal the one that got wounded. Oh, impressive. Now we're powerful. Advantageous negotiations.
Advantageous negotiations.
We do not have to do this. We can also button up here. And
Did you
no.
send Quilliam already
Perhaps.
after them?
Yes, but that's just for recon. You won't
Well,
be like,
Perhaps a
Swooping.
smaller party would be, well, a smaller party of perhaps just us going over.
Dogs, if you would like to stay behind.
They attacked
this
us on
is-
sight when they saw us with the armed folk and the Tartguards and everyone with the weapons, and I don't think they'll take friendly to that coming into their camp.
But we could easily
will
lose
send-
our best people if we send, like, there's always safety in numbers.
There is. But there's also danger in numbers, which is what we are trying to avoid.
I support Jacoby in this.
Maybe if we
Says,
bring everybody and only a
We've
few
only
people
had
approach, then we have the option of calling for the others if, like, push comes to shove.
bring them part way, and then
Or if we need to be rescued if they capture us.
Well, perhaps we say if we are not back by time, they come after us. We have Quilliam going to find their location, and Quilliam should come back and be able to communicate that to the Banan-knights. Or we will be able to communicate that to the Banan and Tartguards and Limey and Razzleberry and whoever else can come storm to the rescue.
Do we have like the couple of hours worth of time for them to reach us at that point? That's why I say we bring everybody and leave the others within
They're on
reachable
foot,
distance.
and we have
If they see a group coming, they're going to expect it's a group to attack. There's only been hostilities.
and
Well, but I'm saying that we keep checking ahead to make sure we don't just suddenly like come upon them and they're there.
The problem is they know this area better than we do. They're going to see us coming far earlier than we expected.
so only stealth forward.
Well,
How many people can we?
And we don't know
safely-
how many are maybe still on this side of the bridge.
it's also
So staying behind isn't really.
It's usually not a good idea to split an expedition party whenever possible.
I agree. Razzleberry says. That being said, we are perhaps pushing ourselves. I would like to weigh in that we are perhaps pushing ourselves to pull the bridge back across in this moment so that we could go tonight would be exhausting.
heard.
I also think if we are to need rest for the night, short rest would be advantageous for the party performance-wise. Keeping the bridge down for the night will also protect us from this as an ambush possibility.
And then we pull it part way up. Do not tie it off, simply rest it unevenly. Abandon the initial power play, perhaps try again in the morning. We would still be on Peeps and we would be on foot. We may be able to catch if we still want to do this.
This is fair.
And then William will tell us where their inaugural camp is.
I think we should
it is
also
less-
be cool about them taking the meat.
You want to be cool about the meat?
Yeah, well, I think we should be cool about the meat.
It was our sneakiest meat.
It's more of a favor.
It's not the stalest meat, though. So here for the night then.
Here for the night, then I think short
We should
rest
set
for,
up, we
for
should
y'all
set up a
is
watch
best.
to make sure we are not caught by surprise.
Who will take first watch? Let's see, what time of day would it be at this point?
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Just after sundown.
I think I would be cool with a first or second watch for the middle of the night, as I would say Kit Kat is fine being nocturnal as a cat. I don't know about the others though.
How many watches?
Jacoby
we're dividing
would be
into?
fine.
4
for
watches, 2 hour watches, 8 hours.
Or, yeah. Jacoby would also volunteer for the second and first shift.
Give me the one night before dawn. My owl gets in the dark.
I think, what is it, like, based on how many, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, we can do 2 hour shifts.
It'll take 2 hours also.
Okay, so I do first watch. Should I
Or
roll to see
sunlight.
if anything happens?
In terms of spells and things, people who have to prepare spells, like let's say me,
Can be
Can-
switched on a short rest.
yes.
Based on the gritty realism rules that we're using, yeah, they can switch on a short rest.
Nice. That's handy dandy. I'm gonna get.
Is Sir Limey still
How
in
do
here?
you do that?
Sir Limey is recovering, and so will not be a great help in the resting existence. Yes, Sir Limey is still injured, not grievously.
So for my daily spells, what do those reset? Because I have a couple daily abilities and I have a couple of long rest abilities.
Daily abilities, I would say, recover on a short rest on a D4. Yeah, as opposed to the long rest ones, which would take a number of days, depending on your accommodations, whether they're luxury or poor.
Okay.
This would be
So on a
Four.
D4, how's like I roll a D4?
roll a D4. You're looking for a 4.
Actually, what are these dailies?
Oh, I get one from
Also, it's 2:30.
some feat thing I took.
I don't know
It's
if you
just
have
cure
one.
light wounds.
I do.
Just cure light wounds. It's the only one I can do right now.
Yes. Then we will consider it, make it 50-50 at this point. So 3 and 4, it recovers. 1 and 2, you need more time than that.
I'm going to hit Sir Limey with the cure light wounds.
You have done very well. Your service is rewarded by the bulb.
+3, 5 hit points.
Perfect. Yes, Salami is back on wounded.
Okay, so it's at the bottom. 4.
4, yeah, and it recovers for the morning again.
Blessings of the bulb, which is totally a thing.
It's not something I believe in, but if you do, then good for you.
Really? Oh boy, okay. That's...
Yeah, no, Candian magic is so much doper. It's a shame that you don't have any Candian magic.
Definitely a shame that I definitely don't specialize in that.
That's all right.
That would be the heresy to most of the rest of our forces.
The times have changed. Mostly in Candia, though.
Yes. I appreciate
Rangers don't have spells, do they?
They do, but you probably don't have, so you might have like 2 or 3 at this level. They're on
I
the
know.
second page.
Like I got a
There's a
feat
second
thing.
page?
that
Oh,
gives
did
me
I not
stuff.
make a second page? I don't think.
I didn't think you have a feat thing.
I don't think you got a feat. You might have some spells. They're not healing spells, I don't believe. I would have to just double check. I think it would be like mending and
Not a little one,
druid
okay.
craft.
Would they be on the one that we
They
have
would
in the
be
chat?
yes, the one in the chat on like the 3rd page.
All right, let's see. I'll do first watch. Do we want to do rolls to see if anything happens, if we catch anything, if we fall
Yes.
asleep?
Absolutely.
Would
First
it
watch
be-
is Tangerine and Kit Kat. Second watch is
No, I'm last.
4th watch.
Or- yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm first.
First watch is you and the Banan-knights.
Mhm.
Second watch, I believe, is Jacoby and now Sir Limey. Third watch was Tox and Kavanaugh, and 4th watch
Oh, yeah.
was
I do
Razzleberry
have an extra language.
and Tangerine.
I do have an extra language, it says.
Sweet.
I was like, I knew that I was pretty sure there was more than
Pick your
3.
favorite foe.
Did not pick favorite foe yet,
I have not picked
or favorite
foe.
terrain.
I was trying to like wait to figure out like who I was
Angia.
who I was
Favorite foe.
Criminals.
yeah.
The truth of it all.
Yeah, but no, it is always good.
But
All right, first watch. Terrible restaurant.
Is it like a constitution or?
Constitution? No.
yeah.
It,
You can
it's,
speak, read, and write
perception.
common and 1 extra language.
Fuck yeah.
16.
16. Banan-knights get an 11. All's quiet on the West Cake.
All's good. Sleep.
Switch off for the second shift,
All's good.
which I believe
So
is.
short rest we get.
You can use your hit die, which for you is 1d8, which is
Do I
unnecessary because
get
you're at full health.
advantage because there's a Sir Limey helping me? Watch out.
Salami can either give advantage or also roll.
I would like advantage.
Roll it
So I have
advantage.
+5 perception.
Quilliam, solve my perception problem.
17.
I don't know how to find.
So that's a 22.
22.
Keep an eye out for any eyes in darkness.
Eyes in the darkness. Oh, there's a squirrel in the darkness.
Ah!
Quilliam!
Cool, you attack.
In the late night, you notice 4 pairs. 4 pairs? Incorrect. 2 pairs.
Eyes.
2 pairs of eyes.
Spiders.
That's a lot of eyes. Land on the edge of the wall. Land on the edge of the wall. These are for sure birds. There's a candy crow and a butterscotch falcon.
Oh, butterscotch falcon. Butterscotch falcon.
That's cool.
I mean,
Snork.
Gummy,
Yes.
think about that.
Oh! Whoa! I think Jacoby is going to notice the birds, give them a distinctive nod in their direction. Maybe like, I don't know, like lay some nuts out for them. Try to feed the birds or something.
Both birds fly over to y'all, and
Yeah.
God, what a fucking absolute cream puff. The birds both land on Sir Limey's pauldrons. Each bird lands on him.
I can't.
I'm adding Disney princess to his list of
Pretty much, he's
Disney
princess.
princess
A
Limey.
very good, very posh Disney princess.
I don't know where it says this.
And they
That
take
little
some of
one
the
you
seed that you're giving to
I
them,
know.
but it is very clear that both of them are carrying letters.
Oh, delightful! Going to take those letters and read them.
Fantastic.
I with a bird familiar.
I know.
The two birds, you receive the letters from them, and they away.
Reasonable.
I don't know what it is. Like animals love me for some reason. I'm very confused.
They go like.
I'm so weirded out.
It is
Razzleberry tells me that it's because I'm
What
soft.
do the letters say?
There is, well, from the top of the letter, well, you read two letters.
Yes.
One of them is sealed with a red and white seal on the outside of it.
Oh.
Very small, red and white seal. And the other one is clearly sealed with like a pink wax, which is something that is standard issue in the Candian army. So this is clearly like a Candian army seal.
All right. The Butterscotch Falcon, would that be familiar to me as a noted, well, familiar?
Butterscotch falcons are somewhat common.
Reasonable.
It could be. The letter would probably depict whether or not it's
Fair enough.
so.
Guess gonna open the army letter because that seems relevant to us.
The army letter, you unfurl it. It is clearly from the lost folks here, sending word to their new location. And something funky is about the handwriting.
Oh,
Something, please roll insight at advantage.
will do. Why do I always roll? Come on, I know those.
Yeah, not so good. And
Actually drop. God damn it. What the fuck? I rolled a 3 twice. I
Oh
hate
my
it
goodness.
It's terrible.
here. 8.
an 8. The DC for this was 5.
Sure. I'm
Only
glad for that.
Jacoby would be able to get this. It's written in a very familiar sort of scrawl that clearly this was not penned by Tartguard or a Gumbian knight. Tartguard can't read or write.
Yeah.
They just come into existence being cute. It's very clear that whoever wrote this was like, I'll write the letter.
Oh, buddy.
Which sounds very on brand for your brother, Kyo.
Oh! I think Jacoby's going to smile and then just get insanely worried because, oh god, this is the situation that their brother may be in.
Yeah, it's clear that your brother is with the other Knights of North Gumbia up here.
Do I recognize anything specific about the other letter?
This is shift 2.
the-
You're on, I believe, shift
Yeah.
3 or 4.
I think Jacoby's
We'll
gonna
finish
kind of
this up
like
and then
pin
get
the
there.
2 letters to like the wall and say, read this, I guess.
The second letter you have not unfurled, and it is
Oh.
not from the Candian. It's the one that's stamped in red and white.
Ooh.
Jacoby's going to. Is there a clear indication of who it's for? Is there like a to so and so sort of thing?
It's clear that the ink has bled through the page enough that you, by looking at it backwards and upside down, Tox's name is in the address.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right. Jacoby is going to be very respectful and perhaps a little bit foolish, and sort of like tucked that away to give to Talks when they get back.
Fair enough. And you pin up the other one, the notice of the army of where they have been sort of pinned down further away, encamped out. You get this back for your bardic inspiration. If it wears off after 10 minutes. You get them on short rest. Yeah.
To get them all.
You got all 3 of them back.
I get a spell slot. And what else?
A whole spell slot.
Roll one of these. And it's bard short rest? Or arcane recovery? We'll figure that out momentarily.
Can recovery is short rest.
Then yes, you get one of them back. Short rest. The next shift arrives. Who was on shift 3? You and was it? Yes, you two were on shift 3. You with Razzleberry on shift dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing occurs for your shift other than there's clearly a letter the same letter, as well as one that is pinned next to it, unopened, with a seal on it that Tox knows as.
Jacoby would have taken it with them to make
Oh.
sure nobody else opens it.
Okay, yeah, you hand-
Yeah, that's
You
what I was
hand it
thinking.
to them.
Nice and honest person.
Cards on the table.
So-
I would,
so as we-
You would have taken it.
So as we shift,
As you
switch,
shift swap, they hand you the rolled up letter, and the seal on it is from Rasher.
They're also going to kind of like stick around, see if like you're going to open it in front of them, or if this is a private sneaky thing.
I'm just like,
Eyebrow. What?
Into the dust.
One of the pockets.
What you got there?
medical information I'd rather not share.
Uh-huh.
STD testing and whatnot. No, I'm just
Maybe
kidding.
an insight check on that one.
You may make an insight and you may make
Yeah,
a deception check. This is not harmful. This is more silly.
Well,
No, why? You missed the dice.
So silly.
Finally, a 7.
I'm so sorry.
It's very clear from the 5 deception or like 7 deception that Tox did. Why would a doctor be sending you results
right.
through the sky?
Yeah, out in the middle of nowhere. What is in the letter, Talks?
I don't know. I haven't opened it yet.
Well,
And you seem disinclined to open that against the people that just quite literally shed blood for you.
Do you read all of your personal information aloud for everybody to see? If you ever get
I bow and Quilliam unroll.
Again!
okay, go leave that.
William is back. You don't have to open this in front of them. It's just suspicious. They're noting that it is suspect that you're like, yes, I'm not working with some form of enemy. I just have battle plans.
Side-eye.
to me.
Quilliam, side-eye.
Quilliam also side-eye.
Well,
Maybe it could be from
owls
Saprosia.
can't turn eyes in their head.
It could
Keep
be
front eyes.
It could be
We'll work
from
on that, buddy.
Suprosia, in which this is government business and
Right.
I think Jacoby's gonna look a bit disappointed and say, well, I thought we had trusted each other more than that. And head off to bed.
Aww.
No, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Ooh, that hurt me sitting next to you.
That being said, would you like to look at the letter now that you're sort of just with Kavanaugh, and Kavanaugh can keep his eyes to himself, at least pretend to keep his eyes to himself?
Yes.
He is looking this way, but Quilliam, on the other hand, is looking directly at the paper.
it's like peek open at it.
Don't
Be suspicious.
Is a letter. We'll let you marinate on that, and we'll move to the 4th shift, which is you and Razzleberry. Roll your perception.
checks. 15 at advantage or no?
You can do the advantage, or he can roll as well.
Do you like that banana?
I do.
I'll do advantage.
All right.
No! Still 15.
Fair enough. Razzleberry, in the wee hours of the morning, sleeping through, everyone's sleeping it to their best, asks you, Tangerine. I mean, we're just kind of sitting here. What do you think of Sir Limey?
In what regards?
In a non-professional regard, perhaps. I'm just chatting. We're only here for 2 hours.
Can I make an insight check?
You can.
Why is he asking this? 11.
Seems like Homeboy is very easily bored with things, and so it's trying to pass the time.
Okay.
Smash or pass.
Smash it pass.
Smash or pass. The expeditionary party. Go.
The strawberry Tartguard. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually,
I'm in.
Roger. It's kind of cute.
I mean, he's got those eyes.
Giant googly eyes touch his dumb head.
Sir Limey, in my opinion, he seems very, he takes his job, his position very seriously. I think he's a little bit gruff. However, his heart really shows in the way that he puts himself forward for the party. What do you think?
I'd say that's a fair assessment.
Well, you have worked with him for much longer than we have.
Perhaps even too long. Yes, we've been partners for quite a while.
What do you mean by that? Can I roll an insight check again?
We're gonna just stick with that one insight.
Real is coming back for information.
What kind of bears are you?
I'm trying to wingman the situation.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I asked what you meant by that. For too long?
Typically, the Knights of North Gambia work as sort of a unit. Having them be more individualized is a little, boring.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you suspicious of him, Zumin?
Suspicious that he is boring. It's clear that they're lying about that. With your insight of 11, they fucking lost the trail on whatever this was. Yeah. Anyway, would you believe that everyone in this group is trustworthy? I ask about Sir Limey because I know he is trustworthy.
You see, you are testing the waters?
Just picking at your mind.
Are you suspicious of me?
I would never incite nobility in such a way.
Well, I should hope not. At least when it comes to your Candian nobility, I know that the Knights of North Gambia, they have pledged allegiance to the rulers of Candia. However, this does not also apply for Fructerian interests. Or perhaps adventurers from other kingdoms.
This is a fair assessment.
Do you have your suspicions about someone else in the party?
None in particular. Especially not the Tartguard.
Well, yes, they do seem
They
to
do
be
not even sleep. Not canon. Not canon.
mostly innocent.
His eyes are just wide open, the googly eyes.
He is asleep, I think.
I know you are not privy to this. However, I have worked very closely for over a year now with the Princess Ruby. And my allegiance is to Candia and Queen Seraphina. She has an oath. My oath. I will not bore you with details.
Fairly said.
However,
It is not my place to ask.
if there is something you suspect is threatening the interests,
I am perhaps more concerned than I should be about the interests of Fructera. To put it frank, we are now at even numbers with the number of well-equipped Fructerans in this expedition party.
Oui.
I am not saying that perhaps you are orchestrating anything in such ways, but I am voicing my disconcern that we are now 50-50 with House Citron.
These bananas are loyal to the king or emperor. Forgive me. Amasa.
How can we be sure?
We cannot.
And that is where my worry comes from. Good talk. That being said, as he claps you on the shoulder and goes to wake everyone up, it's been your 2-hour shift.
Cool.
And with that, I feel like we might start after wrapping up. Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah,
2:45,
I think so.
3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
about.
that's perfect. You've got your little letter. You read through it. You can read through it as many times as you like. Those are going to stay with your character sheets. Thanks everyone for coming this week. It's always so fun
That
to
was a
see
nice
you all.
little
And now
session.
I hope we have audio. That'd be so fucking
That'd be
cool.
nice. That'd be really
It's
fucking
so
cool.
fucking cool. Look at these little Hershey kisses. These dopey ass.
Funky little.
They were adorable and a shock.
You did shoot this exact one. And catch
How far away is Buzzy Brook?
end stream.
The Buzzy Brook.
And yeah, that's the one.
Bye everyone. See you next
Bye.
week. Bye.